Sap sweetness can vary a great deal, even when coming from the same species of tree. The sap hydrometer can be a good way to check and see how sweet your sap is. Many maple operations check each incoming tank of sap for sweetness and record this along with the volume of sap collected and the date. A second method of checking sap sweetness is with the sap or Low-Brix refractometer. Here a few drops of sap are placed on the lens. You simply look through the eyepiece. The sap sugar content is read directly off the scale visible in the refractometer. This tool makes checking individual trees especially easy because of the small amount of sap needed for the test. Following the test, the refractometer lens must be washed with distilled water and a clean towel. This procedure is identical to using the Hy-Brix refractometer to check syrup sugar content. Next, we'll look at the basics of collecting sap. When it finally warms up and you have sap coming from your taps, there are some simple rules that will help you make quality maple syrup. First, sap should be collected often. Daily is preferred, especially as the season progresses and the weather becomes warmer. Be sure to exclude rainwater and tree drip from buckets and sap tanks. Always use food quality containers. Clean up between runs, especially when the sap stops running, because it has not dropped below freezing in a few days. If you get a pour tap that runs yellow sap, or you get rainwater or tree drip in buckets so that the sap has a significant yellow color, it's better to dump that sap rather than to mix it with good sap and degrade the resulting syrup. Finally, you should filter sap before it enters the boiling pan. Buckets with tops open to the weather often pick up snow, rainwater, and tree drip, all resulting in off colors and extra boiling. Covers on buckets are well worth the expense and effort. The cover does not have to be removed when pouring the sap from the bucket. For efficiency in gathering buckets, you do not need to spread the taps all the way around the tree. Locating buckets so that they can all be conveniently gathered with a few steps does not change the yield. Grouping buckets on several trees for convenient gathering can speed up the collection. Combine this idea with the movement of taps all the way around the trees. The result will be quality taps in good whitewood and some gathering efficiency. Make sure you use food quality containers. Who knows where these sap tanks have been? Customers may become turned off to maple products if they see you using equipment of questionable quality or origin. If a container has any smells or odors, you will likely add that flavor to your syrup. If you haven't got a regular sap pail, a plastic gallon jug will do. Keep in mind that a gallon jug will have to be checked and emptied more frequently to prevent sap from overflowing, but at least they are a food quality container. Gathering pails that have product names that are not associated with food should be avoided. Food-grade pails are available at many sources, such as a bakery or a supermarket. Using old fuel oil tanks should not be considered. However, new steel tanks should be fine. Make sure that they are not painted with a lead-based paint. The kitty litter container or other non-food buckets never should be associated with maple by the consuming public. Buckets should be washed and sanitized and rinsed before they go to the woods. Many interesting machines have been devised to help accomplish this task.